What happened?
All right, this isn't cooperating. Hey, welcome to Sports Unfold, the Patriots post-game show. I am your host, Eric. I'm with my main men here, Kenny in the middle, Ron on the end there. How are you guys doing?
Good.
All right, so we're here to discuss the New England Patriots, who have defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers 17-14 to move to 1-1 on the season. First off, your overall thoughts on the games.
Well, look, they get the win. They scored more points than last game, so it is an improvement, although there still needs more. More.
Yeah, they need to tighten up real quick. Tighten up. Good game.
Yeah, I think the penalties at costly times, a lot of false starts by the offensive line, kept Pittsburgh in the game. There were opportunities where they could have taken a stranglehold in this game and somehow made a mistake or two that ended up costing them. But we saw progress today. Could we say that at least? We saw some progress. So 376 total yards, 252 passing, 124 yards rushing.
All better.
Right. And I thought the fact that in the fourth quarter, when Pittsburgh knew that New England, with 6 minutes left, was going to run the ball to try to kill the clock, they couldn't stop them. That was a good sign by the offensive line and by the running backs and the play calling. We're quick to criticize, but I thought they had some pretty good play calling today. I thought Mac Jones could have made some better decisions. He seemed a little shaky at times today.
Yeah.
Not so much the play calling, maybe more the quarterback play today.
Shaken and stirred.
No, easy there, James Bond. So 7 penalties for 55 yards. Third downs was a concern for me as well. 9 of 17 on third downs.
And that's where I saw a lot of the bad decision making. And there was some bad throws, period.
Yeah, some overthrows again. An opportunity where, again, it could have been another pick. And Patrick dropped it. Pittsburgh 8 for 15 on third down. So New England gave up more than 50% on third down. I thought the first half they definitely let Pittsburgh move down the field on third downs. Seemed to control it in the second half. So better second half adjustments. Another big stat for New England: 5.7 yards per play today. That's a pretty good average. If you're gonna get 5.7 yards per play in a game, basically 2 plays gets you a first down. I like what I saw today from both sides of the ball. And then even the special teams, I criticized them getting rid of Bethel last week. And then Skula comes up with a play today. Olszewski, former New England Patriot, muffs it up.
Yeah.
So again, I'm not overly excited, but again, being 1-1 is better than being 0-2.
Yes, absolutely. Look, there was improvements. And if there's anything that we've learned for the past decade is as the season goes on, they get better and they tighten up better. So I think in another week or two, this team is going to be firing in all cylinders. Then we'll be able to know where they're going to fall.
Yeah, I believe with Ron, couple weeks and they'll be firing on all cylinders.
Look, we know the shortcomings. We know that right now the coaching isn't at full capabilities right now. We know that. But, look, I still gotta have faith in what Bill Belichick does, because he hasn't shown us anything different through all these years. 20 plus years, we know what we're expecting and expect the unexpected and expect it to be better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. At one point, they panned over to the sideline. Mac Jones was sitting on the bench, and you see Joe Judge, Matt Patricia, and Bill Belichick all over there kind of conversating, discussing the offense. I think that's what ultimately it's going to take. If you're going to make this work, it's going to have to be the three-headed monster of all three of those guys having some kind of input.
Yeah.
It seems like Patricia felt more comfortable today. The play calling seemed to – I mean, there was a couple of delay of games, but it seemed like it was happening on both sides of the ball. Even Pittsburgh had a few. But you could see Mac Jones visibly upset at one point that the play didn't come in fast enough. Again, lessons learned, I think, as we continue to go on through the season. So any thoughts on the coaching staff otherwise?
Well, I just thought they had a better handle on maybe whose assignment is whose, because it was a little more fluid, even though Mac Jones still was a little iffy at times. And that is might be because of just confusion in a new offense.
I thought defensively, they definitely did more blitzing, a lot more stunts. It seemed like they were more willing to take some chances on defense. We saw most of the guys contributing. I talked about Barmore. He had a sack, but you saw some different blitzing packages from New England.
Yeah.
And as much as I want to criticize the offensive line for the false starts, 0 sacks in this game. Think about what Pittsburgh did last week to Cincinnati, 7 sacks. To not have a sack in this game.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good job by the offensive line. Let's look at some numbers. Mac Jones, 21 to 35, 60% completion percentage, 252, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, an 86.7 QBR, 7 rushing attempts for 6 yards. There was one point I thought he broke his leg. I don't like when he runs.
Yeah. Oh,
And I think he was calling first down, but it actually looked like he was calling to the sideline to come out. So I got a little nervous there. But your grade of Mac Jones today?
What was that?
Your grade of Mac Jones?
Probably a C plus. At least I'm not ready to give him into the B's yet.
What?
There's a couple of throws that could have been picked.
Kenny's an easier grader, so I'm sure this is going to be like what, a B minus for you?
Yes.
See, I knew it.
I give him a solid B.
Wow.
A solid B. Solid B.
I'm going to break the tie. I'm definitely going with Ron. It was a C. I think he had some errant throws. I thought he could have made some better decisions at times.
He
made some plays, but I also feel like he gets locked in on one guy sometimes, and he got very comfortable with Jacoby Myers for a while there. Yeah. And I started to look at this. If this offense is going to be successful, he really has to mix it up. You saw Aguilar involved today, Kendrick Bourne involved today. That's going to be the key for them on offense. Jacoby Myers is a very good receiver for us, but they're not going to win games if they're not spreading the ball out and giving these defenses something else to look at.
Right.
We got a chalkboard in back of you there. You're teaching now, it looks like. Professor Ron. Damian Harris, 15 rushing attempts, 71 yards, 4.7 yards per rush, 1 touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson, 9 attempts, 47 yards, 5.2 yards a rush. I thought they utilized him well in the fourth quarter. That's where he's a bigger factor. I thought Damian Harris looked good today.
Absolutely. It's a big improvement. Like, the running game was a lot better.
Nelson Aguilar, 6 receptions, 110 yards, 1 touchdown, 18.3 yards per reception. That great pass on the sideline where he went up over the defender, came down with it. It's nice to see. He's one of those guys that we expected a lot more from when they signed him last season, and he hasn't really produced. Hopefully this is a coming out party for him.
I hope so. He's a good player.
We saw a Kendrick Bourne sighting today. That was nice. A couple catches for Kendrick Bourne. Jacoby Myers, 9 receptions, 95 yards. have to say he's probably the best wide receiver on the team right now, or definitely has the most continuity with Mac Jones. So one of the most alarming things to me was the tight end production. 0 catches for the tight end today. Is this a lack of the offense calling plays for the tight end, or you feel like they're just not meshing in the system?
Yeah, I think it's the different play calling. It's actually making them non-factors.
And he did try to get the ball to Jonnu Smith. I didn't see Hunter Henry really have any impact at all today.
No tight ends caught the ball today. No tight ends caught the ball today for us.
So,
but are they blocking better? That's the thing.
Yeah, you think about the money they're spending on the tight ends, you would just assume that we would be getting some production. Again, another key part of that offense that needs to get going if they're going to continue to win.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the defense. So Barmore, Tavai, and Judon all had a sack. I thought they were very active. Jalen Mills, 4 tackles and an interception. Miles Bryant led the team in tackles with 5 tackles. Secondary played well today. I thought the concerning part, though, would be Kyle Duggar, who went out, knee injury. Hopefully that's not severe. But I liked Jabril Peppers. I thought he came in and gave him the spark. He was flying all over the field, just hitting people. I thought he was very active. That's going to be an important piece. Listen, if you're going to lose the player, you want a guy that's going to come in and be able to replace him. And I thought that he did a great job today.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, everything was an improvement over last week. So, we could pick out a couple of guys that played well last week, but this week it was most of the players on defense.
Yeah, they're all active, all contributed. I think the defensive line looked very good. Pittsburgh only had 91 yards rushing, and you could see a good penetration. Lawrence Guy at the beginning of the game. So Barmore get active. Dietrich Wise, 2 games in a row where he was in the backfield consistently.
Yep.
I like what I'm seeing from him as well. So special teams, Nick Falk, 1 of 2. He made a 28-yarder. I believe he missed a 52-yard field goal. Hooked it just a little right. It was still online, had the distance. So I thought it was a good decision by Belichick to at least attempt it there. The offense wasn't moving the ball. Jake Bailey stepped back from last week, 4 punts, 41.5 yards per average, but 2 touchbacks. They couldn't really get him inside. So concerning would be the returns as well. Seems like they're just trying a bunch of different guys. Miles Bryant was out there. Kyle Duggar was out there. So that would be concerning to me if they can't get one guy that's going to be a contributing factor. Juan is wearing the Baltimore Ravens colors. That's who their opponent is next week. What's the expectation going into Baltimore?
Well, considering Baltimore just gave it up, I'm less worried about that now. Like, they came out with a house on fire and then couldn't hold it.
Again, Lamar Jackson poses a serious threat. Again, this defense has to stay in its lane, control that part of it. Don't let him run around. We know what he can do.
Yep.
Scary part, though, too, is they put up 35 points. It's a lot of points. New England's not going to be able to put up 35 points. So they've got to keep it low scoring, try to control the game again, run the ball. I think that's going to be a big factor as well.
Yeah.
So as we normally do, as we end the show, we do our 3 stars of the game. So, Kenny, who's your 3rd star? Your third.
Third?
Your third. Not all.
Three?
Number 3.
Number 3 is Matt Patricia. He did a great job.
I like it.
He did a great job in the 4th quarter of calling plays. Did a great job. Then last week, he was stagnant. He didn't know. It's like you said, I think they got on the same page. Well, you call this, and you call that, and you call this. He did a great job calling plays in the 4th quarter.
I agree with you. No, that's a really good call. Ron, your 3rd star?
I went with Jacoby Myers. I think because of a lot of his catches were big catches.
I as well. I went Jacoby Myers. I thought a couple of third downs were key. He made those plays, and even the drops. I thought it was more of where the passes were put, more than it was him dropping the ball. So I went Jacoby Myers. Ron, your second star?
I went Judon.
Kenny?
I went Aguilar.
I went Aguilar as well. Look, that's pretty funny. Yeah, I thought, look, he produced. Even when he made a catch, a short catch, he got some extra yards because he was definitely trying to fight for some stuff. Looked like he was very involved today in the game. And your number one star, I had Damian Harris. I thought he was every time he touched the ball, look, 4.7 yards per rush, and he scored a touchdown. I thought he was extremely effective in this game. Kenny?
I got the defensive line. In the fourth quarter, they were blowing guys up. As soon as they got around that corner, they bam. You know what I'm saying? And they tackled very well in the fourth quarter.
Ron, your number one star?
I actually went Barmore. I wanted to get Harris in there, but I just think the defense was just better today than the offense. So I went Barmore. I just think, at least he was in the right places at the right times throughout most of this game. So until I see more from the offense, I'm gonna stay on that defensive side of the ball.
The defense, to your credit, performed extremely well today. So we can definitely look at that as a positive look. 2 weeks in a row, because even against Miami, I thought they played extremely physical and tried to keep up, and the offense just couldn't match it. So good signs from the defensive side, some light on the offensive side. Normally we do on Sports Unfolded our predictions, but any thoughts on the game next week against the Ravens? You want to give us a quick prediction? Not yet. We'll save it for Friday.
Where is it being played? Baltimore?
New England.
Oh, it's in New England. All right. So, oh boy.
We'll wait till Friday. We'll save it for Friday.
Yeah. I have to analyze this.
So once again, this has been Patriots post-game show with Eric, Kenny, and Ron. If you enjoy what you're watching, check us out every Friday night, 6 p.m. on Rhode Island Broadcasting on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. We are live. We are fan interactive. Kenny joined us Friday. You were great. Thank you for that. We'll see you next Sunday for the Patriots post-game. Gentlemen, let's have some peace in this world.
Take care, everybody.
I'm going to try this again. I like it. Sorry, gentlemen.